Welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving into the wild world of new build homes. Everyone wants that fresh paint smell and the excitement of being the first owner, but are these homes all they're cracked up to be?
Totally. It's like buying a brand new car you expect zero issues. But with new builds, people often discover a lot more than that new home sparkle, and unfortunately, it's not always pleasant.
Exactly. And for anyone considering a builder like Dr. Horton, you might want to listen closely. There's a growing number of horror stories out there, and today, we're unpacking why so many dreams are turning into nightmares.
You know, most folks never imagine being poisoned by their own house, but that's what's happening. It's heartbreaking, and we need to understand what's going wrong with these supposedly perfect homes.
So, let's talk mold in, not the blue cheese kind. Imagine moving into a brand new home and finding toxic mold everywhere. How does this even happen in new construction?
It's wild, right? People assume new means problem-free. But if your roof, windows, or plumbing aren't sealed properly, moisture seeps in. That's all mold needs to take over, even with brand new lumber.
That's such a simple, preventable issue. But if corners are cut, say, skipping a vapor barrier suddenly you've got a health hazard, it's like buying a new phone and realizing it's missing the battery.
And the worst part? Most buyers don't know to check for these things. They rely on the builder's inspector, but that's like bringing your car to a mechanic who works for the dealership, not for you.
That brings us to inspections. Why is it so essential to hire your own inspector, especially for new builds?
Builders' inspectors work for the builder. Their job is to get the house sold, not necessarily to find every issue. A private inspector works for you. They'll spot things like missing vapor wrap or improperly installed AC units.
It's like having a referee who's not paid by one of the teams. In fact, a 2022 survey found that 86% of buyers who hired independent inspectors avoided major repairs later.
And not just repairs, some buyers avoided buying lemons altogether. It's a small upfront cost that can save you tens of thousands, not to mention your sanity.
Let's pivot to finances. Buying a new build at a nearly 9% interest rate? That's brutal. With $3.0 a month just in interest, are people overextending themselves for the dream?
Absolutely, and it's a double whammy. Not only are you paying a premium for new, but if the loan terms are bad, you're trapped even if the house turns out to be unlivable.
It's like falling for a sports car you can't really afford until you see the monthly payments. But with a house, you can't just return it to the lot.
Exactly. And when issues crop up, moving out isn't always an option. Most folks don't have spare cash for a hotel while they fight the builder in court.
Health is at stake too. Imagine sleeping on your couch every night because your bedroom is unlivable. What kind of risks are people facing with mold in new homes?
Mold exposure is no joke. Chronic headaches, respiratory issues, even long-term immune problems. And kids are especially vulnerable. It's the opposite of what you expect from a so-called dream home.
It's tragic. And, as you mentioned, the stress of not feeling safe in your own home is huge. No one should have to fight for basic health and safety after closing on a house.
Yet here we are, families stuck in toxic environments, sometimes with nowhere else to go, while the builder tries to sweep it all under the rug.
Let's dig into why this is happening. Are some builders just throwing these homes up as fast as possible to meet demand?
That's a huge part of it. The market's hot, builders are under pressure to deliver, and sometimes speed wins out over quality. It's like building a Lego castle. In 5 minutes, something's bound to collapse.
We've heard stories of walls cracking, tiles popping, doors hung crooked, almost cartoonish, except it's real money and real lives.
And the worst part? Sometimes builders know about the issues and hand over the keys anyway, figuring the warranty will cover the failure or not, as we've seen.
So, about warranties, aren't they supposed to be your safety net for new builds? What's going wrong there?
It's classic bait and switch. Many buyers think the warranty will cover anything, but when problems arise, some builders delay, deflect, or deny claims outright. Sometimes they even drag things out until the warranty expires.
And when you're already stretched thin financially, hiring a lawyer is tough. It's like buying a parachute and discovering holes as you're falling.
Exactly. And many buyers are shocked to find out their neighbors are in the same boat, very one, fighting the same builder, often with little success.
Let's get into some specifics. What kind of structural issues are popping up in these new homes?
we're talking cracks in walls and ceilings, screws backing out, windows coming apart, and leaks that turn a bedroom into a swamp. And sometimes, city engineers find major flaws like garage beams that can't handle a strong wind.
That's terrifying. And in some cases, these issues appear within months of moving in. It's like buying a cake and finding it's raw in the middle.
And let's not forget gas leaks and ovens tagged as explosion hazards. These aren't just annoyances, they're safety risks that can't be ignored.
Now, let's talk about the builders themselves. Why do some have such a bad reputation for customer service?
Some builders, like Dr. Horton, are notorious. Homeowners wait months for responses if they get any at all. And when outside contractors immediately recognize the builder's name and the problem, that's a red flag the size of a billboard.
It's almost like the builder is keeping local repair companies in business just by cutting so many corners, and buyers pay the price literally.
Exactly. With a reputation like that, even deep discounts or incentives from the builder might not be worth it. It's buyer beware your homework. Ask around and don't just trust glossy brochures.
Let's lighten things up before we wrap. What about the little annoyances, like cheap paint or wire racks? Are these just par for the course with new builds?
Absolutely. Flat paint that stains if you look at it wrong, kitchens with no backsplash, closets with wire racks instead of real shelves, and don't even get me started on builder-grade lighting.
But at least those fixes are DIY friendly. Peel and stick tile, new shelves, or swapping out a light fixture can make a huge difference without a lawsuit.
Exactly. And sometimes, it's these cosmetic tweaks that help homeowners feel at home, even if there are bigger issues lurking. But they definitely shouldn't be the main concern with a new build.
So, after all these stories, what's the takeaway for buyers? Should people avoid new builds altogether?
Not necessarily. New construction can still be a great option, but you have to be vigilant. Research your builder, be present at every stage, and never skip an independent inspection.
That's solid advice. And for anyone feeling overwhelmed, there are new communities popping up like the Keys Within Reach group offering step-by-step support for first-time buyers.
Exactly. The dream of home ownership is alive and well, but it pays to be proactive. With the right steps, you can avoid the horror stories and maybe even enjoy that fresh paint smell after all.